Okay, we're going to do some stretches today. Common stretches, doing them safely and thinking them in a different way. Usually when we do a stretch, we hold one stretch thinking it's one muscle, but in reality, it's a region of muscles. A few of them one time usually. I'll show you a couple now. So the basic one that most people know is the calf stretch. The runner's stretch in this case. Hands on a chair or against a wall. You're going to be stretching in this kind of position for this muscle group here. Down here in the calf muscle itself. You're going to drive your heel to the floor, leaning forwards in a straight line from your heel to your head, keeping your shoulders down. As soon as you feel your heel coming off the floor a little bit, just ease back. Get that straight line with the hip forwards. So we're not back here, we're going to push just like that and hold. Every stretch should be at least 10 seconds. I'm going to show you the short version today. I recommend in the long term 30 seconds to a minute depending how stiff you are, but when you're warming up and cooling down at that moment, around 10 seconds or so. Switching over now. Heel to the floor, hip forwards. Holding with those shoulders down again. Ease down, keeping that heel driven to the floor. And hold. Good. All right, moving up the leg now. So we've gone from the calf muscle to the hamstring. Now this one's different because when we do this, we usually think of touching the toes and people are rounding the back. I want to at least keep the back straight when you do things like that. But I'll make it a bit easier for you. Putting your heel onto a chair, holding on if you want to. You're going to pull your toe towards you. That's going to get a little bit of stretching already down here. With a straight back, and I like my hands on my hips in this one, going to ease forwards. So constantly pulling the toe towards you, going to feel down here and here, with that straight back as you do it. It's not going to take much. If I rounded my back, I could get all the way down and people would say, I've touched my toes. Well, in reality, you want to be able to touch your toes with that straight back, and that's much more difficult. So just get to where you find that stretch, one or two areas, and just hold. Okay. The higher your foot is going to be, the more stretch is going to be there. Switch. Toe pulled up. Nice and straight back. Ease forward from the hip. That's it. Okay. Alternatively, if you wanted to do this without a chair, just heel on the floor. Same thing, you just have to go further down and it can get some people dizzy. And there's a lot of strain on this leg muscle, which by the way, you want to keep this knee soft when you do this version. You don't want to lock out, puts pressure in the kneecap, you don't want to touch that there. Okay, moving up the leg now, we're going to move from the hamstrings, we just did, to the quadriceps on the front of the leg. Now this one, holding on, it's not about balance right now. I'm going to take here and knees are together, hips are forwards, not like this, like this. So you're going to brace those abs, chin in, pull the heel to your butt as much as you can, and hold, if you wish. So just hold that position, knees are together, gently down, switching over, take there, brace, chin, standing tall. That's good. And even in this one, the knee is soft on the supporting leg. Now some people can't manage that. You can do this on the floor, which we'll cut to now. So we're on the ground here, just to show you the quadriceps stretch on the ground. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to use a towel, wrap around my foot. I'm going to be on the floor comfortably, so you can rest on a pillow if you wish. I'm just going to pull that foot up behind. So it looks like this. This way you feel a little bit of a stretch, and if you're tight here already, you're going to feel this without much pulling at all. So just feel in that position. You don't have to reach your foot with that, you just got the towel to do the work for you. Okay. And relax. But if you want to skip that one, we can move up the leg to the hip flexor, which is part of the complex here. It's all a chain, like I said. So when we're sitting down or when we're lifting our leg and walking, this action, same as sitting there, this muscle down here, this group gets tight and it ends up rounding the back, putting that curve right here and usually leading us forwards into this position, rounding the shoulders as we do it. So we want to make sure the shoulders are back, chin in, reverse that tilt. But to stretch these out for longer term, I'm going to get in a lunge position. The heel is up, hips are square. I want you to pull the pelvis underneath and tense the glute muscle right there. Brace the abs, and from this position, keep that constant, both those muscles there. Ease forwards. Feel a stretch, hopefully right here. If not, put a little bit more into it. Okay, the extra part you can do here, make it a little bit easier. Same thing as we do with the hamstrings. You're just going to put your foot up, reset the hip, glute tension, brace, and let that heel come up at the back. You're going to stay upright this time. Ease forward. And I feel this right here, top of the back leg on the front. Holding. Hold on if you wish. Okay. And switch. So either on the ground with your front leg or on a height, a third step, second step on a staircase or a chair. So checklist, the glute, the abs, nice and tall, ease forwards, right there, pretty even today. That's good. All right, and back out of there. Another common stretch. I'm going to try and stretch the sides of the body, the abdominals, the oblique muscles here, the latissimus dorsi, and a bit of the tricep. But we'll start with the easier one. Just take it down to basics here. Knees soft. It's going to lean slightly down, directly to the side, not forwards or backwards, and back up. Side, you feel a bit of stretch on the opposite side. I want you to go a little bit lower. A bit more of stretching there. This is good for a warm-up. When you start off cold, you don't want to go too much straight into the hard stretches. When you are fully warmed up, try this next one. You're going to bring one arm up, you're going to bend at the elbow, and you're going to push either from this side or from here across. You're going to pull this way. And then from here, you're going to add a little tiny lean across. Just hold in there, come back. Same thing here, arm up, bend, take hold, across. And one step back from this one could be without holding on. So we're going to skip the tricep part of this, and we're just going to reach up and lean. So that's going to pull all the way down that chain, the abdominals, back in, across. So directly across, not forwards or backwards in this. One more. All right. Another common thing, like I talked about before when we were leaning forwards like this, the shoulders round. That can't be helped with typing or texting. You see a lot of that, driving a lot as well. We need to reverse that, bring shoulders back, which will help bring the neck into position. Posture, you know, you don't want to be like this, pushing the chin forward. So let's encourage the habit and the mechanical side of things to be up. So opening out the pec muscles and the shoulder to round out like this. So what you need to do is open out, holding onto a wall or a door frame, and I'll show you, we'll cut to that now. When you want to stretch out your chest and shoulder, and it includes your bicep like a chain, like I talked about. So good thing to recommend for you here would be bring your arm up. So diagonally, you're going to have a pull across those three muscles, and I want you to turn away slowly, little steps. Turn the whole body away till you feel a stretch in somewhere in that chain there. And I feel this one in the chest and in the bicep. Not really in the shoulder so much there. It's going to hold about 7 out of 10 of tension, not pain, more like a stretch. Well, it is a stretch. Hold, hold, hold. When you're done with your 30 seconds or above, if you want just 10 seconds, that's fine, just opening out a bit. You're going to turn back in. You're not going to just let go. Turn back in. If you want to try an extra one there, go a little bit lower, about shoulder level, and do that same step, step, step. See, that one is purely in the bicep. And once again, when the stretch is done, turn back in. I recommend that one more than just the doorway one, which still works, but in this one, when you push forwards, you're only going to get one spot. You end up rounding the shoulders in a forwards motion like this, and it can get you in the shoulder. It can be a good stretch, but it doesn't isolate the entire chain of muscles. And then the same thing would occur on the right arm for me here. Gently in position wherever you want to put it, as long as you're gentle on that twist, twist, twist. And in this one, it's just across the chest. I don't feel the other two spots. You will find in any stretch you do, there's going to be an imbalance. One side might be tight, the other side might be really loose. Okay, so holding, when you're done, turn, turn, and relax.